Life for me growing up was pretty interesting. As far as I can remember, it was always a sense of disorder and hecticness, just due to my father and the drug addiction problem he had, which affected the family in many different ways. One distinct memory I remember having as a kid, it was actually during Christmas, and we had gifts all laid around the Christmas tree, but unfortunately on Christmas Day, they were all gone because my father had, pawned all the Christmas gifts to fund his problem. We just kind of dealt with it by just going outside and playing and whatnot, and just trying to do what kids do best and whatnot. But the back of my head, I would always look at other kids or other families and, look at them as like, why isn't my family like that? Fast forward a couple of years, there comes a point where ChildNet got involved, actually. And because of this situation and because of the circumstances of the way the house was, they deemed it necessary to separate us and put us into foster care. So me and my actually 9 other siblings end up going to foster care. That's pretty much how our family broke apart. I never really got the chance to see my siblings very much, but when I did, it was always supervised, and I never really did enjoy that because I just didn't get to feel like it was a family anymore. This was life for me, a life of just disorder and just things just not going the way that I thought, life was supposed to go for, a young teenager like me. When I aged out of foster care at the age of 18, I ended up moving in with my 2 older brothers, and eventually my mother and father moved back in with me, which kind of restarted all the problems again. I just didn't know a way out. During this process, my sister, who was currently in this program called 4 Kids of South Florida, had told me about it. And she was like, "Hey, Tex, I want you to check out this place called 4 Kids. It'll be great for you." And I was like, you know what? If I ever want to come back, if I ever want to make a difference and help my family and help my parents out, I'm going to have to make a change. I'm going to have to break free. So I contacted 4 Kids of South Florida. I had my interview with them. And actually, prior to all this, I wasn't even saved at the time. I never really had a relationship with Jesus Christ. And it was during that time in the interview where I gave my life to Christ, and that was June 26, 2009. Once I became a part of 4 Kids as a resident, I saw the love of Christ through the people and through my RA who was with me when I was a resident. And I got the chance to actually see what real Christians are through 4 Kids of South Florida. And that's when I actually heard about a program called Patmos. Patmos is pretty much a reality discipleship program. For me, Patmos really changed my perspective. I realized it's really not about me, but it's really about the love that I show to other people, and not the things of this world or the relationships that I so eagerly desired before to really satisfy that emptiness that I had in my life. After my Patmos, the Lord gave me the opportunity from being a resident with 4 Kids of South Florida to actually transition into being a residential advisor to help mentor and guide and lead the guys that come into my home and do the same thing that was done for me. The Lord has really just transformed my life, and He's really become a father figure to me, and has really brought me up in what it is to be a man, and especially be a man of God. The Lord has also provided me with my real first full-time job at Second Chance Thrift Store, which is actually Calvary's thrift store. Before, I never knew I had a second chance. I didn't know what was next. But the Lord changed all of that, and He gave me a second chance. The great redeeming part in all of this is that, I have the opportunity to really go back and just love on my family and just shed that light and shed that love that Christ has given to me and that joy and give it to them.